Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I'm going to talk about people who maybe we've all run across this type or seen this type do this. Hopefully none of you were the flying monkeys to it, but we've all had our moments. Maybe not all of us, but anyway. And it could involve like dysfunctional family members or in-laws. Okay, not just the parents-in-law, but the whole extended family, yours, theirs, cousins, and add them, whomever they're closest with, or you are, your family. It could be friends. It could be friends of the family. It could be co-workers, colleagues. It could be people you go to church with or whatever you do with, and it involves that kind of people. Anybody you know that could possibly do this, okay? And it's when they take when any of these have a target and they make this person their victim. Now the person doesn't know that they're the victim. Could possibly be for a long while, years maybe even. They're doing this behind the scenes. They're smearing that person's name. Smear campaign kind of thing. That's not just for politicians. And the target doesn't know it. Okay, and what they're doing it for, the why, how, is they're setting up a scene. Okay, so let's say a dysfunctional family member, a sibling, an adult sibling. You're both adults, and that sibling is wanting something from it. What they do is they say that you are needing them too much, or you're trying to, that you're always trying to get money off of them. And now you're not doing any of these things, and nobody is telling you that this person is saying these things about you. And that's not good. If somebody, tells you, this and that, get it straight from the horse's mouth. Confront them with it. I mean, we all know people can be dangerous, so to each their own. I'm not giving any advice what they do, because situations can be dangerous. But that's what I would do. If anybody told me, well, so and so is doing this and that, and it's not easy to really stop and say, oh, they are doing that, and they're so skilled at it. They know how to put it like as if they're kind of warning you, or they're they're really hurt by it, so they play with your emotions, and they're really skilled at how they're going to put it to make themselves, they're playing the victim to make themselves look like that they're the victim of the person they're actually targeting to become their victim. And that can go on for a while. This didn't happen to me, but usually I talk about things that happened to me in a different way, but not family. At least maybe. Then again, maybe it has. Because, like I say, it could take years before a person really knows that this person is saying, basically, that the other person is very needy. Okay, in whatever way it's needy. Maybe it's time, attention, money, help. Like if somebody's moving or something, and they're always needing help. Can you come help me with this? Or can you come help me with that? Now they're telling people that you don't, the victim doesn't know it. It's being told, and the victim isn't doing it. Okay, so how would the victim, I've said this before in videos, how would the victim, the target, the victim, know unless somebody tells them, knows even to think that other person is doing it, unless it's happened before? Because they're not in that person's mind. They're not reading that person's mind. If nobody's telling them, that's what they're saying about you, and that person isn't telling you either, and you're not doing it. I mean, you are not doing that. You might be no contact with that, totally no contact with that, say that family member, or that in-law, or you and your spouse, or whomever. Just totally no contact. But that person is talking about you like that behind your back. Is saying that you are. So then whenever they decide that they are going to, this is where I'm going, when they decide that they're going to, something may come up where it points a finger at them, or they decide they really want to, that they're going to get something. They've already set up the background. You see, they've set up the background that you are the abusive one. You're the one who's doing it all. That's the bad character. You and if it's in-laws, you and your family, your spouse. Okay. Now I've seen and or heard about this kind of thing, not myself, but like I said, it could have happened to me. I have to think. Oh my goodness. But when one was saying, going behind the other one's back, other ones, plural, and saying that the only time they ever contact me, the only time they want to be around me, or something like that, is when they need money. Okay, we'll just go with that one. Just need money. And anytime they have a trouble, I'm the person that they call, for money. Now, they know how to put it. I'm not an expert on how to put it. I'm not that type. But they know how to put it to make, like I said, pull at your heartstrings and say, oh, that's awful. So you will believe them. Now, we can't blame the person that's believing them. We really shouldn't, because, like I've said before, we've been fooled by them before. Quite often we have. Not everybody has. None of this is everybody. I'm not that type. To everybody, everything. All, no one, none. No. But they know how to work it. They do know how to work it. So I saw that. And by that time I was like, right. And at the same time, that's kind of a way of them flattering themselves. Because, they always come to me. I'm always the person they come to. They need something, they come to me. Why? And then they'll even go this way, like, why is it always me? Why can't they help one another? Why can't they do their jobs? Then they're going to start insulting them. Why can't they, get a better job? Why didn't they think ahead of time? So they'd have more money. Why didn't they save money? It's always like they're the victim, they're the victimizer. When it's flip-flop, it's topsy-turvy, it's upside down, it's the other way around, But yeah, they know how to work it. And at this point in my life, even before now, like I said, I saw this happening, and I'm like, no, you're trying to flatter yourself and put other people down, set up a scene so you look like an innocent little, and I was right. That person I actually think is more like along the line of a psychopath, seriously. And really, seriously, scary. But, especially when you can see some of them, if it's dysfunctional family or even in-laws, depending how old you are and how long you've been together, you can see it progress over years. So, I have. You bet I have. Oh my goodness. But, I think some people would wonder, what can you do to stop this? Well, of course, there's not going to be one answer. Nobody's going to have the one answer, how to stop it, because think of all the different people. Every person is different, like every snowflake. I probably shouldn't say that, but every person is different. Every situation is different, and we all know that some of these people can be dangerous, and nobody's responsible for what you do or don't do, your actions and inactions, but you. So there is not one answer on, well, what do you do when they do this? Well, how do you stop it? Like I said, I would confront. I want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, and I would confront them. Or just not as in a confrontation. Just say, look, this is what this person has said about you, and this is what So that way, that person has some kind of a clue of what's going on, what's being said. Wouldn't you have if you've experienced this, this whole smear campaign thing, wouldn't you have liked for somebody to come to you instead of coming to you as combative, saying, well, shame, like there are maybe, hopefully temporary flying monkey, people call them flying monkeys, the person who takes up for them, helps to take up for them, goes out and does their evil bidding, like on the Wizard of Oz kind of thing. So wouldn't you have wanted somebody to warn you? But sometimes the whole thing about it is, too, if it's a family member or in-law or something, and you just say, that just doesn't seem, first of all, you didn't do that. So, and it's so bizarre, possibly, that you say, no, that person's nice. There you are, too. You think, okay, it says a sister-in-law. You say, well, she's so nice to me. But what she's doing behind your back, somebody's trying to tell you. And you don't want to hear it because you don't believe it. See? And that can happen. So many different kinds of things can happen. But for some people, they know. They say, yeah, I can see that happening. Believe me, I know how that goes. And so but anyway, I was talking about this. There's no easy way. There's no, not easy way, but there's no easy way either. That I know of. But there's no one answer. There's no, okay, this is what you do. You do step A, step B, step C, step D. No. Because each situation and each person is different. But like I said, I was talking about, I would confront them. I would talk to them about it in a non-combative way. Say, this is what's being said. Now, the problem with that is that they also could be trying to triangulate you. I think that's a whole separate video, which I think I've done at least one on before. But yeah, I've been in that when I was younger. And when I was younger, there wasn't all this much information out there like this. And in my own, views, when you start to learn, you start off, say small, and you start to learn about it. Your views can change as you add more pieces of the puzzle. It's like whenever you earn your degree. You start off learning the ABCs, like I'm talking about at university or college, whichever. You start off learning the terms, the jargon. And then as time goes by, you start adding pieces of what you learned on this one and you learn on that one. And when you're in your master's, PhD program, you're really doing that. So, yeah. Oh, well, there's about to be a kid walking by, and I don't have kids in my videos. So, but you see what I'm saying. You have to learn. So anyway, I had to wait till they walked by. And anyway, I think this is enough for this video already. And there's somebody, whenever I park, this is a park, as you see. Anybody can park anywhere on the roads as it is anyway. It doesn't have to be a park. But there's always somebody who would come out of a house or something and just kind of stare at me. Like, yeah, you can't be parking at the park. Yes, you can. And you can park on next to the curb on this road. There's no sign that says you can't. I live here. But yeah, anyway, I think that was enough for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Talk to you on another video. Hopefully it'll upload. I've been having problems with things uploading, and so we'll see.